Picture this in your head. A small, mid-90s Nissan with independent suspension, a manual transmission, and an SR20. You're probably thinking of one of these, S13, 14, or 15, or maybe you think you're real special and you're thinking outside of the box and you thought of a Pulsar GTI. But you're wrong. You're very wrong. Because the vehicle in question today is perhaps the most downright despicable thing Nissan has ever crafted, besides the Juke. This is the Nissan 200 SX SER. Here it is, my 1996 Nissan 200 SX SER. And let me tell you firsthand, this car sucks. Really bad, terrible, awful, diabolical. But that is its primary charm. If you take a closer look underneath the hood, you will see this magnificent vehicle is powered by the most epic proportions of the SR20 ever crafted by man. Look upon it and behold its beauty. This SR20, dual overhead cam, 16 valve, and NGK plug wires. That adds at least 2,000 horsepower and a functioning battery with a questionable air intake system. It doesn't get much better than this. And when I say much better than this, I am speaking in the least logical sense. Now, if we go inside the car, the shit continues. We have no headliner. You don't need it. Slows you down. We have water damaged floor mats. Optional extra from the factory. We have the silicone sunroof because it was leaking. We have the Kenwood stereo. We have wobble stick. You can use this stick to select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and race mode. Yeah! Imagine. Good. You have a tachometer with LED lights, a speedometer, a fuel meter, and a heat meter. This thing is peak 90s. It does not get better than this. Now, if you will, follow me to the rear end of the vehicle. You will see that in the price of the car came included a ballast. It is definitely not a subwoofer box. It is a ballast. It is a specifically designed piece of corner weighting material designed to improve the handling of the overall vehicle, of the unit. I mean, that's at least what I'm gonna go with. But yes, long story short, to sum it all up, whatever conclusive device you want to use, this car is shit. It is absolutely incredibly terrible, but that is why I love it. I love this car. I wouldn't trade it for anything because it sucks so hard. You can't buy a new car with this much character, with this much soul, this much passion. Look at the beautiful plastic. That's plastic, people. That's not no vinyl covered nonsense. That is hardcore OEM plastic block chiseled out of a solid piece of plastic nonsense. You can't beat it. And look, it even has a back seat. I have the windows tinted, 5% tint, which is 100% legal. Just don't ask a policeman. Look at these beautiful 15 by 8 rims that I bought off Marketplace for $400. I had to buy the tires too. Just gloss over that. That's a small backward step. Brand new headlights. RockAuto.com. They were like 30 bucks a piece. In all seriousness, that's probably enough Nissan glazing for now. How about we take this thing for a test drive and you can see how terrible it really is, because let me give you a sneak peek, it only gets worse from here. So in all seriousness, this is the car that Nissan made and nobody asked them to. Nobody wanted it, no one was interested. I'm surprised they sold any. But this one slipped through the cracks. It survived. It's here today, just barely. what that was all about. Anyways, by the early 2000s, most of these cars had ended up in scrap yards or cash for cars, or they had been, you know, completely parted out by crackheads. Check this shit out. We got a tunnel. We got a tunnel. They get the AC off. Listen to this baby. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, damn! Yeah. That's about the only thing this thing's good for, is doing the occasional tunnel nonsense. We'll roll the windows back up. I don't want the wind noise. But yeah, I'm pretty sure to be eligible to purchase this car from Nissan, you had to provide some sort of proof that you attended the Church of Crystal Methody. Otherwise, they simply wouldn't have sold it to you. I mean, all of these cars were owned by straight up hardcore crackheads. And that's not a bad thing, you know. I've known some crackheads in my life. You know, there's some hard-working people, okay? You don't hear a crackhead wake up at 3 in the morning and be like, man, I guess I'm just not gonna have any crack today. No, they go out and they get shit done. That's what this car was built for getting stuff done. This car isn't for quitters. This car isn't a quitter. This car is for the doers. The suspension of this thing is god-awfully terrible. I mean, it's just comically bad. Now this road is located in central Mexico, for those who are wondering. Obviously. Here we'll be able to really show the absolute terrible handling attributes that this car has. And the bouncing headliner, which is not really there. Every once in a while, if it starts making too much noise, you kind of just gotta, and then it'll stop for 10 minutes or so. I'm telling you, this car, it's unmatched, okay? There is no other like it. It is a special specimen that has outlasted the test of time. At this point, I think it would outlive even me. Well, until it probably throws a rod tomorrow. I got the AC off for maximum horsepower. Not really that bad. It's just not very good either. It's a little sluggish, it's a little slow. You can tell it's got a lot of worn out suspension components, which I'm trying to address slowly. I've been trying to work my way front to back and change out some of the bushings and the control arms, and I did the ball joints I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, as well as the lower control arm bushings, but it's still just a little spongy. So from the factory, this thing was rated at 140 horsepower. I don't remember the torque, it was pretty bad. I mean, 140 horsepower is not very good. The greatest thing about this car, without a doubt, is the fact this thing is powered by Nissan's legendary SR20 dual overhead cam engine. It's not the turbo one, because, you know, we never got the turbo one in the US, but honestly, this thing is a tank. It'll run forever. Parts are easy to find, parts are cheap to buy, parts are easy to install. I've done a few things to this motor so far. I changed the oil and the filter. I don't remember if the camera's on. This car's had a hard life, you know. No one's ever cared for it, including me. I mean, what are we at? 220,628 miles. That is insert distance reference here. We're gonna have to make a quick little pit stop though. At the greatest store that's ever been founded in the history of the world. Nowhere else. It is the O'Reilly's. Look at that. It's here and it's just for me. I don't even know what I'm gonna buy. So many choices. I got black spray paint, Rain-X, and a wash mitt, and a receipt. Time to go home. Okay, I've done enough of simply saying the car sucks. Now, perhaps we should go in and describe why it's so bad. The front suspension is McPherson strut, which is not bad. That's actually pretty okay. It has a lot of adjustability. It's still not as good as a double wishbone front suspension, but, you know, it's good enough. However, the rear suspension is torsion beam suspension, which has 2 trailing arms, a big beam, and a couple springs. It's not nothing special. You can't do any adjustment to it. It's not ideal for performance applications. It really hurts the car in the body roll aspect more than anything. I believe that something else this vehicle has going for it is the fact that how obscure it is. I mean, when was the last time you actually saw a 200SX SER on the road, in public, in real life? I'm willing to bet probably never. They're so left field and odd, and there weren't that many of them in the first place, realistically. I bought this car about a year ago, and its primary intention was to keep mileage off my brand new truck, and I think it's done a great job at that. It takes me to work and back every day. It drives through the snow, rain, and the sunshine. It gets me there, and it gets me back. This thing has been great. I love it, and I hope you love it. Thanks for watching.